Hello techies, welcome to IT Tech Solution. Today in this video we will be seeing one very simple topic but yet it is very important, and that is the date function. So many times we struggle with the date format, and when we want to convert it into a specific format. So all those things is kind of a day-to-day activity that we have to do. So we will see today how we can get the current timestamp in Python, and how we can manipulate it and change it according to our need. We can format it in different ways, and there are a few functions that is very important when it comes to the datetime function. So here I am into my VS Code. As I have already explained in my one of the last videos. Using Codewhisperer, we can generate any type of Python codes, and that is nowadays very handy. We don't have to remember any syntax, or we don't have to Google it. We just need to integrate AWS toolkit, and in that we just need to use AWS Code Whisperer. Using that we can generate the code. So I'm just again using the Code Whisperer. For those people who are not aware of how to do a setup of this, can visit my another video where I have explained in detail how we can use this Code Whisperer. So I'm going to use a prompt here, and I will just say code to get current timestamp using date time function, and you will see that it will generate the code for me. I don't have to, as I said, right, I don't have to remember it. So this is the code which will provide us the current date. Okay. So here if you see this, it is using datetime function. It is importing a datetime package, and out of that datetime package we are using the submodule as now, and then out of now we will get the current timestamp. Okay. And then here if you see strf time, right, this is the string format. So whatever format we want to give, we can just mention those things here, YYMMDD or DDMMYY, or in some other format as well, right? There are bunch of formats that we can use here, and as per our project need we can convert this timestamp into the required format. So this is one way to do this, and there are other things as well related to this which we can use. And for example, I will say maybe to convert current timestamp. Okay, convert current timestamp to string. Okay, sometimes what do we need? We don't need the time in the date format or in the date class, right? We just want to be it in a string. So sometimes what happens while inserting into some databases, we can't insert a column with a date time. Okay, we need to convert that into string format. So those kind of things we have to do. So here we can get that code as well using Code Whisperer. Okay, and we'll just generate that code and see convert string to timestamp. So all those related codes we can keep on generating here using the different types of prompts. Okay, so convert timestamp to date time. So all these things I have already done. I'll show that to you. So here you can see from timestamp it is converting it to string. Okay, and convert string to timestamp. So, suppose we just have a string, we want to pass that string, and that is nothing but the date, maybe 2023 12 and then date, and then we want to convert that into a timestamp function, or in the date time class. We can do that as well. So all those things I have, as I said, right, I have already extracted and prepared it. So I'll just go through them one by one. So here if you see, I have categorized it like getting the current timestamp, date, etc. Right, using in string format. So here, if you see, I'm using datetime.now, and time zone I'm specifying as UTC format, and then I'm just converting that format to YYMMDD, and then the time with it. Okay, I'm attaching the time with it. So what I'll do, I'll just keep on running this one by one so that we can see the output, what it comes here. So I'll just use my Jupyter notebook, and I'll keep on running these statements one by one. So let me import this once. So once date time is imported and time zone, because I'm using this UTC, so I need time zone also. So let me run the first cell first and then the second one. Okay, so current timestamp. Okay, so it is current CURR, current timestamp. Okay, let's see the output of this. So here we'll get the current timestamp in the given format. So here the format I have given is capital Y. We'll see what exactly this capital Y small m, why this m is small, d is small, but why is this Y capital? So there is a significance of it. I'll discuss that. But for now, you can see that whatever format I gave, it came as in that format, and the class of this is string. Okay, so whatever we are getting right now from strf time, this string format, so it converts the object, date object, into a string format. So that is why we got at is the class as a string class, and then the date in the single quotes as a string. Okay, so similarly, we have different options here. I have just given again. Suppose without this hour, minute, and second, I want to extract a date, right? So I can just use this one, and I don't have to give the time format here. Okay, so I'll just run this one. If you see, I just got the date here without any timestamp attached to it. Now to get only the current time, I don't want the date. So here while formatting, still I will get the complete timestamp, but out of that complete timestamp, I'm just extracting the time here and I'm just formatting it, saying that I just want the H, M, and S, that is our minute and second. So this way we are getting, and all of these is in string format. Okay, so different formats, as I said, right? If I just play with this, I just want capital Y. So we have seen capital Y means 2023. Okay, let's just see maybe using small y what we can get. Okay, so capital Y, we know that it is 2023. If I just say small y, maybe it would not be having any meaning here, but let me just try. So you can see it just gave me the year, not the century. Century it just truncated. So sometimes there are formats where just we just need 27, 12, and 23. So that time we can use small y. So there are a lot of bunch of all these different sigmas, and we can use any one of them as per our need. So similarly, like we had used small m, right? But some places we can use capital M as well. So here if I just say small m, let's see what it prints. It says 12, but in place of that, if I just add capital M here, then let's see what it prints. So it prints 28. So this way, it has different meanings to it. And if you want to know the meaning of all of these small, capital, and maybe A, here you can see that it is A. Now, what is this capital A? That also we can just try to run and see. With capital A, you will get a complete day, that is Wednesday. Okay. So similarly, small d, then there is this J. So all of these things will give one or the other significant values from the date function. And to get to know a complete set of things, I have just found it in this website. Here you can see for all of them they have explained what is small a means, what is capital A means. Okay, so this is small a is the short version. Just for example, just we gave capital A and we got Wednesday. If we give small a, we'll get the short form of it. Okay, so it's just WED. So similarly, there is this small d, so it will print in this way. Suppose month we just want to be in full version, then capital B, small b will be the short form of it. Similarly, month, small m is 12, right? Month, and small y is just the century, capital Y is the complete thing. Similarly, for hour, minute, and there are bunch of other short forms that we can use for formatting. So you can see percent %x will print date in this format. So many times, many servers they follow this slash instead of the hyphens. So we have to use percent %x there, percent capital X is something else. So all these things we can just try it out. So here you can see I have just listed down all of the possible combinations, and we can just try it out one by one. Okay, but for the sake of time, I would not run this now. But yeah, you understood the concept. Now next is incrementing date, time and days, right? So now we just want to add. Sometimes in our logic, what we have to do based on the current date, I want to get a date of 5 days ahead. What would be the date after 5 days, or after 6 days, or maybe after 20 days? What would be the date? So we can have those increments and decrements. So here you can see that I have just creating a date object here with the current time in UTC form, and then to that current time I am just adding time delta. So here that function will have to use where we have to get the time delta, and then using that we can specify what time delta we want to add to it. Maybe days 1, hours 1, or I want to increment in minutes, or I want to increment in seconds. So whatever possibilities are there, we can increment as it is, as per the required thing. Okay, so we'll do one thing, we'll just try with a few of them and see like how it behaves. Okay, so maybe first one I'll just take, I just want to increment the date by 1 day, and let's just run it. I'll just go back to my notebook, and I'll just run it. So here you can see it incremented by 1 day. So today is 27th, but you can see it got incremented by 1 day. So I'll get the timestamp of tomorrow, same time. Okay. So similarly, if I want to increment hours or minute or second, so let's say I want to increment in hours. So I will give this one, instead of days, I will say hours. Okay. And then I can just run it. So it will just increment by 1 hour. So this is UTC time. Actual time is 15 right now, but it says 16. So this way we can increment. The same thing goes with decrementing. Just it's that we have to decrement by 1. Okay. I mean we have to use minus sign here, and the parameter that we want to decrement from the date, from the timestamp, we can mention here. So this was about decrementing. Another few examples that we should know is, as I said, converting string to date object. So all these we were converting date object into strings. strf time, it converts that date object into string format. Okay, so here the opposite of it is strp time. Okay, so here if you see the convert to string, so first parameter is the string, whatever date you want to provide, it is in string format, right? And then when we use it along with strp time, it converts all this string into a date format. So we'll see that. Okay, I'll just run this. I'll put it here, and I will say a date as 1/1/2022 maybe, and you will see that this got printed. But let's check the time type of it. So I'll assign a variable, or maybe I can print the type directly here. So I will say type of this complete thing. Just let me know what is the type of the object that is getting created. I'll run this. You can see the class is datetime.datetime. So this complete thing is returning a date object to me. It's not a string. So this way we can use the date function to convert the date to different formats and use it in our projects as per our need. I hope you liked the video and it was useful for you. If it was useful, please subscribe to the channel so that you will not miss any further contents that I'll be posting. Until then, bye bye.